Welcome back to Lawmakers. I'm Donna Lowry. It's time to focus on health issues affecting Georgians and more. Joining me is Democratic Representative Omari Crawford of Decatur. His House committees include insurance, intragovernmental coordination, and judiciary. Also here is our own Capitol correspondent, Sarah Callis. Welcome to Lawmakers. Welcome to being here in the studio for a change. Thanks for that. All right, Representative Crawford, you have a bill to help people with sickle cell anemia who are on Medicaid. And first, for those who are not familiar with sickle cell anemia, here's how the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention describe it. Sickle cell anemia is an inherited blood disorder where red blood cells become C-shaped, like a sickle, instead of round, making them rigid and sticky. These cells block blood flow, causing pain and organ damage. And so I've known people to have this. Representative Crawford, tell me your reasons for bringing this bill to begin with.
Well, thank you for having me. Sickle cell disease is very prevalent in the district that I represent, and I grew up with friends that had or have sickle cell. I became a sickle cell advocate by joining a nonprofit organization called My Three Sicklers, started by a woman who has 3 daughters with sickle cell disease. Wow. I learned a lot about sickle cell disease by being on this board, and I wanted to figure out a way to help people in our state with sickle cell disease. You mentioned that it is a blood inherited disease that makes blood flow more difficult. It impacts organs and it reduces life expectancy. We have about 14 to 15,000 people in our state that are impacted by sickle cell disease. And so it's very prevalent in our state, making Georgia one of the top 5 states in the country with individuals who are impacted by sickle cell. And I wanted to find a way to advocate for those individuals. And by being on the board, you learn about some of their stories, you learn about their challenges, medications and treatments that sometimes may exacerbate some of their pains and some of their really just day-to-day challenges. And so how do we help that? That's why I wanted to get involved, and that's why I brought House Bill 334.
Now, I know you had a previous bill, but this one, tell us about this one.
House Bill 334 would require our Department of Community Health to conduct an annual review every year on what types of sickle cell disease treatments and medications are available for recipients on Medicaid. The bulk of people who are impacted by sickle cell in our state are Medicaid recipients. We just want to make sure that as treatments are being introduced, that we're not standing still. There were 2 medications that were introduced, treatments in 2023, more will happen. So as those treatments and as those medications evolve, we want to make sure that experts and individuals who are impacted by sickle cell, they have an input on this annual review.
Yeah, so the community health centers, I should say, will pass along that information.
Exactly.